It's one of those days here at Datoyili. Residents are lucky the rains have come. As a result, they can rely on water collected in this dugout. The water, heavily contaminated and looking reddish-brown in color. Okasha and his friends, just a few of the residents in Datoyili who come here. And this is their source of everything domestic, from drinking to washing to cooking. Since 2017, pipe-borne water has not flowed through the taps in this entire community, and so this is what they have to resort to. Adiza Adam and other residents are frustrated. They say it gets worse in the dry season.
You can see how we are struggling this morning to fetch water to go and use. This is what we drink, and then you go to hospital, they complain our water is not good. But what can we do? Now pure water has increased to 50 pesos. How do I get 50 pesos to buy water and drink?
Al-Hassan Musa has lived here long enough to know how dire the situation is.
We don't
have even toilets in the community. We come here, we defecate, and then when it rains, everything washes down to the water that we drink. We have taps in the community. It has been 3 years now since we saw pipe water. So we are pleading to any well-to-do Ghanaian to help us get a potable drinking water.
As a result of a contaminated water source, hospital visits are frequent.
My child is unwell. Whenever we go to the hospital, the nurse tells us the problem is with our contaminated water.
At the hospital, admission beds are all occupied by the young and the old.
You realize that it's not only malaria. They have conditions like typhoid. They have conditions like defecating and bringing out worms. They have conditions like diarrhea and then vomiting. Mothers can lie in beds and call me to come and see what is happening because their kids have defecated and then they could see worms inside the defecation. It will be tapeworm and roundworm. When the water becomes like Milo, they put alum in it just to make the dead settle. Then they'll use the water that is clear. Meanwhile, it's already polluted.
Chief Executive Officer of FACO Medical Consult, Hajara Fatu Kadir, and her staff at the health facility get overwhelmed.
Our people here, they are really suffering. Non-governmental organizations should come in. The Datoyili dump, they can even connect pipelines to it and then treat the water very well. If not, at the end of the day, we'll realize that the monies that we are going to use in doing something better for the community, we are using it to treat ourselves.
There are fears a full-blown health crisis could soon hit the Datoyili community if things do not improve. Few meters away from the hospital is the community standpipe, which has not seen water flow through it in 5 years. Unit committee member here, Isahaku Adam, is in charge of a system.
2017
Since 2017 till date, we've no pipe water flowing through our pipes. We've made efforts so many times to Ghana Water Company, and then the answer they gave us was that they are digging some holes at Yape. Until that is done, we cannot get any pipe water here in this community. So the only option we have here is to resort to the dam where we, the human beings and animals, are struggling to get water.
Isahaku says even though potable water has been unavailable, he still receives monthly bills from the water company. With the Sustainable Development Goal 6 targeting safe and affordable drinking water, an end to open defecation, provision of access to sanitation by 2030 only 8 years away, communities like Datoyili and others like them in many rural communities risk losing out. Many residents in and around Tamale would have to wait until 2040 for a proposed 135,000 meter cube per day treatment plant at Yape to be constructed. The plant, according to the Sanitation Ministry's 2022 program-based estimates, will serve the water needs of over 680,000 people in areas like Nantong, Nyangpala, Yapeligu, Sanyarigu, Savelugu, Tolong, Kusogu, Bagabaga, Viting, Kumbungu, and the Tamale Township. The Sanitation Ministry says the development phase of a project, which includes detailed engineering design, is completed. Value for money audit on the $223 million project, according to the ministry, is also completed. What the document does not say is when the work on ground proper will commence. And as long as these basic amenities remain a luxury, the health implications on residents in Datoyili would continue to bite. Access to water and sanitation, as recognized by the United Nations General Assembly on July 28, 2010, is a human right because of their high importance in sustaining life. But for Adiza Adam, Hawa, and Al Hassan Musa, and the many residents here at Datoyili, this right remains an expensive luxury. And for as long as this remains their go-to source of water for all their domestic activities, they would have to find more money to pay hospital bills. That is if they are lucky. What happens if they are not? Komla Adom, Datoyili, Northern Region.